Alright, well, what's up friends, and welcome back to another Devblog review. This is Devblog 119. This is quite a short one. Tunes from the North. So before venturing further into the Northlands, let's set the mood this week by taking a closer look at fresh music accompanying the new faction of Northern Barbarians coming with the Warriors of the North DLC. Yep, Breakdown Epiphanies from SoundCloud.com, and what you're hearing right now is the original OST from that link, are on board again to add the game's music. Let's see what they have to say in this week's Devblog. So, Tunes from the North. As those of you who have been following Battle Brothers since the days of early access know, as composers we ourselves took an RPG approach when it comes to orchestrating soundtracks for the various factions in the game. The undead are accompanied by an orchestra solely comprised of dark string instruments and percussion that is supposed to resemble the rattling of bones. The orc music is dominated by dark and menacing brass, as well as sounds of metal. For the brigands, our theme was instruments you can carry around with you, and so on. The signature sound of each faction in the game grew from imposing limitations upon ourselves, which in turn led to a very distinguishable tonal landscape that could even give away what the player is fighting the first time they do so. You may be happy to hear that for the upcoming Warriors of the North DLC, we got on board again to expand the soundtrack with new music accompanying the players' battles against their new adversary, the Northern Barbarians. Adding new factions to the soundtrack gets more tricky as time goes on. While from a gameplay standpoint, fighting the Barbarians will play out differently than fighting Orcs, there are certain aesthetic similarities. Brute force, heavily armoured higher tier units, show up in clans. That could also favour a similar approach to the music, which in case of the Orcs translated to throwing all the brass instruments and war drums that we could find into the mix. Luckily though, the Barbarians also lend themselves well to going a different route, which is mostly inspired by their Nordic and Rust-themed lore and background. So actually I'm going to pause the OST here, and here's the link to the new track, The Warriors of the North, which is through YouTube. It is so cool. So avoiding brass and the resulting overlap with the Orc faction completely, we decided to use vocals as the tonal backbone of this faction of Northmen. Aside from more common singing styles, we incorporated mouth percussion, overtone and throat singing, which is a vocal style found in Norwegian folklore. Mongolian music and shamanist rituals leading back to the Stone Ages. As from a gameplay perspective, the Barbarians are a variant of the Brigands. We also fell back on the Brigands' instruments you can carry with you philosophy. On a single violin, a Swedish nyckelharpa, a medieval string instrument, a couple of drums, and a choir of hardened Nordmen come together to add new signature battle tracks to the Battle Brothers soundtrack. While production is still ongoing, we are happy to give you the sneak peek today. Wow, very, very cool. I love the sound of this. Let's give it a good listen. Very, very, very cool. Holy hell. And now that I make the point there earlier, if you think about it, it is true. You could know who you're fighting just by listening to the sound. And I've never actually thought about the differences between the music styles, but it really is there. And it's part of what makes the game so easy to play for me, up to, what, 1,415 hours now? God, I love this game. It's going to be amazing. So, still no word on when they're going to be releasing the DLC, but I would imagine, judging by past experience, I would imagine it'll be another month or two. So here's looking forward to a few more interesting dev blogs, and let's hope they release soon. Oh my word, this is gonna be amazing. Okay friends, thanks for watching, and I'll check in with you guys next week for the next dev blog, and I can't wait to see what they have for us. Once again, thanks for watching. I'm Stobbie149. This is Battle Brothers Devblog 119. See you guys next time. Give us another listen. Oh, holy hell, overhype. You guys are amazing. Thank you for this incredible music. Can't wait. Thanks, guys. See you next week.